Hi Ruth and the Theatrino casting team. My name's Scott Middleton and this is my application for touring with you next year. This is the bit of a chat, interview, get to know you thing because I'm in Australia and I can't make it over for your auditions. I'm sorry. First of all, I'll apologise for any animal noises you might hear. That would be the two dogs that I'm currently looking after. I'm a foster parent for dogs trying to find a home. I've got two huskies at the moment. And I've also got two birds in the house, a cockatiel and a rainbow lorikeet. So that's the noises going on around me while I do this. I'm 25 years old. I'm from a town called Bendigo, which is in central Victoria in southern Australia. I'm currently living in Melbourne. I moved to Ballarat when I finished high school and went to uni there to study acting at the University of Ballarat. And after finishing my 3 years, I moved to Melbourne to continue pursuing acting. When I moved to Melbourne, I did an indie feature film straight away called Less Adolescent, which went to San Francisco and had a few screenings here at Federation Square in the middle of Melbourne, which was great. Straight after that, I actually went into my first TIE job, which was with a company called Alpha Shows, who tour Disney shows to schools all over Australia. I love this work, and that's part of the reason why this job that I'm applying for with you appeals to me so much. First professional gig, it was I was playing the role of the Beast in the Beauty and the Beast, which is my audition video that I've attached to this as well. And we toured all over the country. There was a cast of six. As you can see, there's quite a lot of set and lighting for this one. So it was a massive van, six actors touring around the country doing shows in schools, and I had an absolute ball. It was a beautiful show. I love Beauty and the Beast. That was a joy to do, but the biggest highlight was working with the actors on tour and the energy you get from the children. Getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to get to the school to set up in time to do a show at 9 o'clock was a challenge, but as I said, that enjoyment and the looks on the kids' faces when you're performing the show makes it all worth it, and you forget you even had a tough morning. It was amazing. Yeah, I worked with them for 18 months. I loved it. I left because I wanted to continue on to do other things. I felt as a graduate, I wanted to get out and do some other stuff, which I have done. I'm still living in Melbourne. I've done a few short films. I've done a lot of theatre. My most recent theatre show was Equus. I played the role of Alan Strang, which was, yeah, wow, a role like no other. It was phenomenal, an absolute blast. It's challenging in every way. I've also done some Shakespeare professionally with a company called The Old Van. Fiona Blair, director, genius extraordinaire, she takes a Shakespeare script. She takes three or four professional actors, takes us into a remote community, and we spend 2 months there and we take workshops day to day with kids, with adults, anyone who wants to be involved. And they're not necessarily related to the show that we're doing directly. A lot often they're stage fight combat workshops, which I have taken from time to time. I'm trained in that. And sometimes they're film and TV classes, stuff like that. So we do those classes, and then we also ask for expressions of interest for people from the community who want to be involved in the show. We get a lot of people that put their hand up and say, yep, I want to give that a go. And the other people that we need to cast, Fiona, the director, usually goes down the street and yells out to people. I'm not even joking. The number of people she's cast in the bank, in the post office, or in the supermarket is remarkable, and they turn out being brilliant little performers, big performers. Some of them were men older than me. A lot of them were actually, so I shouldn't call them little men. Yeah, brilliant work. She modernizes and localizes the scripts, so she's not afraid to play with Shakespeare. I see people that have never experienced theatre before as a performer, as well as people to experience it as an audience and be able to relate to it because she makes the show seem like it happened in their community, is really rewarding. And I think it's what Shakespeare's for. It's for the people. It's how it was written initially. It's how it was intended. And I think she really returns back to that. Also, the other major work I've done is some physical theatre. There's a company here called Zen Zen Zo. I'm affiliated with that company. I've done a few of their workshops and an intensive. They train in the Suzuki method of active training and the viewpoints and Buto. I love what they can do for you as a performer. And I've done a few shows with one of the graduates of their internship, Damien, who has moved back to Melbourne because they're based in Brisbane. He's moved back to Melbourne. And we've compiled and composed a few shows on our own through creative development and a bit of script writing, and we've put them on, and they've been a joy to work on. I love composition. I love exploring physically, physically finding a way into your emotional self. It's beautiful, as well as the opposite way around too. But I've kept that training close to my heart because I really love that kind of training. So I'm pretty flexible. I've done quite a bit of different stuff, as I said, from film, TV, short films, physical theatre, Shakespeare, TIE, kids theatre. I've had a pretty good range, so I am pretty flexible with what I can do, and I think I could be really suitable for you guys in being able to be placed in wherever you need me and adapting to that and exploring that and having fun with that and finding the challenges within that and the fun. Because I think for me, challenge is fun, but then I like to have fun as well. So, fun. I'm also currently studying massage therapy. I'm nearly qualified. So, whoever I'm touring with, if I'm touring, will be very lucky because they'll be able to get a daily rub down and warm up and whatever they want. So that could be a pretty cool thing for people to be involved with, even for the rehearsal period. There's 30 people there or something. Massages all around. Personally, as I said, I'm 25. I'm quite young. I am still pursuing this crazy acting career and stumbled across you guys when I was seeing what else I could do with my time and looking to get overseas. I've had plans to go to LA and New York and London and the UK to try and access some work. Stumbled across you guys and went, this sounds perfect. So that's the application. I've only been overseas once. I went to Indonesia on a holiday by myself because no one wanted to come with me because they were afraid of getting bombed or getting taken out by a tsunami or getting shot or stuff like that. So I said bugger it and went anyway, and I had a ball. If I get the job, I'd obviously fulfill the 5-month contract, but I'd look to stay on in London in the UK if I could and work out my visa there. I've got a lot of friends that are based in London, so I've got connections over there to get me started and get me set up. But yeah, I'd love to pursue another industry because I think that'll help me. If I don't get a lot of work over there, it'll help me appreciate my industry here when I come home, because I've been told that the London scene is quite brutal in the way they cast and the competition factor and stuff like that. So I'd love to go and be a part of that because I'm quite a competitive person. But yeah, I'd just love to get out there and experience the rest of the world. I am a bit of a people person. I love to get to know new people. I find that I get along with different kinds of people very easily. In my touring I did with Alpha shows, I never had a problem being stuck in confined spaces with the same 6 people for months on end. So I don't see that being an issue traveling with the 3 that we tour with for Theatrino. I'm very easy to get along with. I'm pretty friendly. I don't bite hard much, often. And I like to have fun. So I would love to be considered for this role. If there's any further information you need, please feel free to contact me. But I'll hopefully speak to you soon. Cheers.